You join me today as we find out whether we can go further than we've ever been before in the Carabao Cup and whether we've continued our good start in the Championship. Hello, and it's a very warm welcome to episode 85 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games. First up, a Blackburn at home in the Carabao Cup, second round Blackburn in the Premier League as it stands, and then we have Championship match day 4 away to Coventry at the Coventry Building Society Arena, something like that, isn't it? Some convoluted name. We will check that out in due course, and we'll be finding out how we've got on. And don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. It helps me, but it also means that you will keep up to date with all that's happening here on the channel as we approach FM 24. Not far down the road now. It's looming up. We should start to hear usually by the end of August, start to hear a few murmurs of what's going to go. I know there's the big announcement a while back, but we will get to know some other bits and pieces that are going to happen with FM 24 as it's released. And this is the place to be, or one of the places to be, I'm sure, when that gets released. I have this first screen up, and you're probably wondering why I've got season 24-25, because that was the last time we got through to the second round of the Carabao Cup. On that occasion, we beat Accrington Stanley in the first round, which is when we were back in League 2, our first season in the Football League. And then we met Hull City in the second round and lost 3-1 on that occasion. So that's as far as we've been. We're equalising that today in the second round against Blackburn, and then obviously we'll see if we can progress further than we've done before. I did say in the intro our good start to the season. Have we continued our good start? Of course, when you were with us last time, we'd lost to Sunderland, so gave it away, really, didn't I? Since then, we've played two games, Peterborough and Ipswich. Peterborough we beat 2-0, and just that Mason Burstow scoring again. We'll have a look at the goals in just a moment, but the intriguing one was the game at Portman Road against Ipswich Town. Nearly 28,000 people there for that game, and it was a narrow 1-0 win. And I'll say narrow, but we will come back to that in just a second. Let's have a look at it in order. Here we go then. As I think we mentioned in the last episode, one thing that is with the new players that we've brought in, what is quite intriguing is that we are getting more shots and getting more shots on target. And obviously our XG has gone up as well. So this one against Peterborough, 2-0, 12 shots, 7 on target, 2.14, 61% of the possession. It was our game. And Mason Burstow, literally after 6 minutes, giving us the head start that we wanted. And we'll have a look at that goal. And then the goal from Costello. Lewis through to Mumba. Mumba crosses the ball in. Defender misses it. Burstow takes full profit. So good start. And then 20 minutes in, this happened. Burrows, a Dauphin through to Costello. Costello chips the goalkeeper, and it's 2-0. And a good win that was too. And not really found ourselves under too much pressure in the rest of the game. Then we played Ipswich, and this was really hard fought. Dara Costello was sent off on 42 minutes for a very vicious tackle, and rightly so as well. As you all see, look at that. Took his legs out from underneath him, and there was no ifs, buts. I think Costello, as soon as he saw the referee coming towards him, knew exactly what was going to happen. I might be tempting thing now, because I'm not sure whether Lemar Gordon had come in on the last episode. I'm not sure. Let's check the transfers in a minute. We're going to do that, but probably should have done transfers first, really. But Lemar Gordon making his debut for us. It probably wasn't, actually. On loan. He's on loan from Fulham, playing as a wide player, because I think that's one of the areas that we're really sort of struggling in. We could continue to struggle, to be fair, but more about that in a moment. Lemar Gordon getting 2 yellow cards, getting sent off in the 85th minute, which took us down to 9 men. But through Jake Lewis after 49, we pulled off an unlikely win. This ball across, it's floating around, it's not cleared, and between May and Jake Lewis managed to get it in the back of the net. And as you'll see from the ratings, we did very, very well. My assistant manager keeps wanting to play Harvey Cartwright, but to be honest, Sander Clark, he's doing quite a good job in goal at the moment, so we're going to leave him there all the while he's doing a good job. So 2 clean sheets in between last episode and this episode. We are relatively happy with what we're doing. Sneaking wins like that away from home will do us the world of good. Transfers. That's our next port of call, because I'm not sure. Actually, go back, Mark. When we were last in game, it was the 11th of August. 11th of August. Remember that. 11th of August. Right. Transfer history. Yes, no, Lemar Gordon didn't come in till the 18th, so you won't have seen him come in. Mason Burstow was the last one. And Lemar Gordon, he's in. From Fulham, and we really had 2 players that we potentially would bring in on loan, not costing us any money in wages, so we're all okay. And also David Obuo, actually he's only just come in today, but one of the 2 of them gives us a chance to swap them around a little bit. Nobody going out as yet, albeit Perry Moss looks like he is the most likely to leave us immediately. So those 2, Gordon and Abu, are the players that are coming in. Abu won't be playing today, I don't think. Well, not in the first game anyway, due to the fact that he's not 100%. We'll have a look at him in a minute, and just before we give you the team. Right, let's get on with the episode then. Blackburn are first up in the Carabao Cup second round. Can we get further than we've ever been before? We're going to have to do something we haven't done before, and that is beat Blackburn, because when we've played them before at Edgeley Park, it was 0-0, and then we played them at Ewood Park. We lost 1-0 in the Championship last season before they got promoted, and of course they did get promoted to the Premier League. But doesn't mean to say that we can't, and we just seem to be hitting a sort of reasonable a bit of form as well at the moment. Let's go and have a look at the team then that will face Blackburn. Well, this is the team that will face Blackburn, and if I do apologise if you see a jump cut, it's probably because I'm having a sneezing fit at the minute. I think I've stopped, but there's no cast iron guarantee, of course. Right, this is a side, and of course a couple of changes, enforced changes, because of the suspension of two of our players, and as it turns out, our 2 attacking wide players. Clark comes in. No, he doesn't come in. He's in goal, and he's been doing quite well there, as he says, 7.4. with an average rating of 7.4 as well at the moment. And you'll see most of the players in today's team are well over 7 on the average rating for the last 5 games. So that's good news. Sass Davis, I think that's Joe Lewis in the middle. No, it's not Jake Lewis, who seems to have taken that position as his own there. So Billy Sass Davis, Jake Lewis and Adofin make up our defensive 3, with Scanlon and Mumba doing, he's settled into that right centre back, complete wing back role. May and King continue in midfield, continue their partnership there, which seems to be working quite well as well. Burrows moves forward today. He's been playing on the left complete wing back, but he's moved forward today into that role on the left hand side. James Tilley gets a start out on the right, and it's up to him to really give that a crack today. And Burstow continues up front in attack. Cartwright, Williams, Mundell, Omatoy, Gamble, Linton, Fletcher, Tomlinson and Moss make up the bench. And this is how the two sides match up. Playing our 3-4-1, 3-4-2-1. I don't know. And they're playing a 4-2-3-1. Confirmation of the two teams for you. And our first highlight, 18 minutes in. It's Blackburn attacking. And Jake Lewis heading that out. May comes back to retrieve. Jake Lewis finds King. King finds Tilly. Tilly cuts inside. Put it through for Burstow. Burstow puts it away. His third goal of the season. And on 19 minutes, we go one up. And Tilly has taken the chance he's got. I don't think he's under contract at the moment. He's looking for a contract. And Burstow puts that away. Man can hit a barn door. Scanlon with a throw-in on that far side to Burstow. Burstow heads it forward. Burrows trying to pick it up. Didn't. King tidies up in defence. Burstow. King. King turns. Finds Tilly. Tilly's pushed out of the way. Sure, that was thing. Mumba heading it straight back into trouble. But Tilly's there. And backtracked and tidied up. I think he's trying to earn himself A, a contract, and B, a place in the side. That one looking for Tilly, but it's a little bit too long. Blackburn come forward. Through ball, and Zakarian is in, but a good save from Carter. Clark? What am I on about, Carter? It's Clark, isn't it, in goal? But that's why he's in goal at the moment. Rodriguez with the corner, swung in. And Clark tidies up. Rolls that out to Sass Davis. And Sass Davis comes forward, back to Clark. Sass Davis finds King. King to May. May to Burrows. Burrows comes forward. He's held the ball up nicely. He's got May in support. May comes forward, but he's just a little bit, not a lot of control on that ball. And it's through again. And Bearston Diaz is in. He's got it back for Gerhardt. And having said Clark is doing very well, makes a mistake. And it goes under Clark. Clark should have saved that. And it's 1-1 on 29 minutes. Oh dear. It looked reasonably innocuous as well. Gerhardt didn't hit that really hard. It might have just took a bounce. Unlucky for Clark because I think he had it covered and it just took a bounce just as he got to it. And no more highlights in this first half. It's 1-1 at half-time. Burstow after 19 minutes. 10 minutes later, Joe Gerhardt gets the equaliser for Blackburn. A little bit of luck, really, but I suppose that's what it takes at the end of the day. And a little bit of luck. I was initially blaming Clark, but actually when you look at the replay, he was just a little bit unlucky. The ball just took a vicious bounce just before he got to it and sort of like went over his arms. So can't really blame him for that. We've had 6 shots, 3 on target, 50%. I'm okay with that. 0.49, 64% of the possession. That is telling a story, I think, this season. We seem to be a lot smarter in that midfield. Blackburn have had 11 shots, so they're very attacking minded. 5 of which are on target, nearly 50%, 0.99 and 36% of the possession. It's not a foregone conclusion at the moment, but let's see if we can go out and sneak a win in the second half. Burrows with the corner now. Our first highlight of the second half, and Adofin gets up and scores his second goal of the season and our second today. It's 2-1 after 55. And, well, It's another one of those. Dauphin getting up this time. Goalkeeper misses it completely. And 2-0. And with nearly 66 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. Adam May is tiring. He's coming off. We brought Romain Mundle on for him, but Mundle moves into sort of a Mazzala role. Not quite as defensive. Now, whether that opens a bit of a door for Blackburn, hopefully not. But I thought I'd reset with a defensive midfielder on the bench, but clearly I haven't. I could move Dauphin into that role. He's not his best role. We could do, but we're thinking that we might have to take King off as well shortly. So Dauphin would move then, and we'd use Harry Williams or Patrick Gamble in defence. But we're just leaving that open for the minute. The other change is Callum Scanlon has come off. He's not having a good day in that complete wing back on the left. As Burrows drops back into his usual position, Ashley Fletcher comes on for Scanlon in the inside forward position on the left side of midfield. Tilly with a free kick. It's fired in. Kelly is there. Right, we got one I just noticed coming up. We have got some changes to the opposition, so we just need to go in and reset them just so that they don't get any advantage. In fact, there's only the one change. Sanchez has come on for Zakarian. So they're the changes that I've made. And we'll continue with the highlight. Kelly pumps that one forward. And Burton Diaz heads that on. But Jake Lewis is there. Thought he was going to make a mistake then for a minute. Sass Davis finds Fletcher. Fletcher finds Burstow. Burstow through to Tilly. Tilly's gone out for a corner. No, it hasn't. He was offside, I think. And with 80 minutes on the clock, we're making 2 more changes. Those changes, as I said earlier, King was tiring and almost certainly needed to come off. So he's come off. A Dauphin moves out of defence into his position. Williams comes on then for King. And the other change that we have made is on the right-hand side. Mumba isn't going to see the game out. Again, he's tired. And we've brought on Joe Tomlinson in his place as the right-sided complete wing-back. Those are the changes for the moment. Still got one change left. We have a highlight. Tomlinson with a free kick. It's gone through. Burton Diaz cuts it out. Burrows comes forward. He's got support and he's cut that into the area, but they're on the break now and we have to be careful. They'll be looking to get back on terms here. And Dauphin wins that ball out on that far side. And it's gone all the way back to Clark in the goal. Williams to Tomlinson. Tomlinson to Williams. Lewis, a Dauphin. Mundle over the top. Tilly's there. What can Tilly do? Nothing. Tilly. Oh, he's lost the ball as well. It was looking so good up until then. And that's gone out wide. We're outnumbered here. Burton Diaz crosses it in for Gerhardt, who gets the second of the game. Question of offside, I think. It is offside. Thank goodness for that. Oh, yeah. You can see he's well... Oh, I say well. He's not well offside, but he is in advance. And with nearly 89 minutes on the clock, we're going to make one final change in the centre of defence because we would just want to sprinkle that up a little bit. Just make sure we're secure. Patrick Gamble comes on for the tiring and yellow-carded Billy Sass Davis. Let's hope we can see the game out. Free kick, Jake Lewis. Gamble. A Dauphin. Dauphin finds Williams. We've got to be careful here because they're deadly on the break. Gamble. Don't go pumping the ball hard forward. Gamble. Lewis. 4 minutes of injury time. A Dauphin. Oh, he's giving that ball away to Burton Diaz. Oh, dearie me. But Burton Diaz puts it wide. And just to add injury to insult, literally, James Tilly has picked up an injury. It's a potential arm injury, so I'm not quite sure what that's all about. It just means that we are down for the moment. We are down to, and we've got no substitutes left. We are down to down to 10 men, and not because we've had somebody sent off, which is the usual thing. Fletcher, I'm not sure there's anything we can do with him, really. I think what we probably do, just to see the game out, Burstow is tired. We'll put Fletcher up front alongside Burstow. Burstow, I mean, we literally are seconds away from the end of the game. Fletcher is best as a pressing forward, so we'll set him as a pressing forward alongside Burstow and just leave it like that, and hopefully we can see the game out. And indeed we can. It's all over. We have won the game. We have gone further in the Carabao Cup than we've ever been before. Third round coming up, and we have beaten Blackburn by 2-1, virtue of Mason Burstow on 19 minutes, Geldhart after 29, and then Hakim Adifin after 55, who had a Player of the Match award, scoring an 8 on the ratings, by virtue of Geldhart being offside, because otherwise it was 2-2. We were lucky there. 11 shots, 5 on target, 50%, 1.07, 63% of possession. That's where we've won the game. They have 15 shots, 7 on target, 1.50, 37% of the possession. We're through to the second. We're through to the third round, and we have the third round draw. I'm not sure if it's coming up in just a moment. Quite possibly is. And here is the news of James Tilley. He's fractured his wrist, so gets an opportunity to make a start. And he's unfortunate enough to pick up an injury. Joins Taylor Richards, whose sprained knee ligaments is out for another 5 weeks. And Ismet Adrizi, who should be back very shortly. But we're going to send him to the specialist. Hopefully he'll be back sooner than later. I think having sent him to the specialist, it should be about 3 weeks, hopefully. Right. Well, I think we do. From what I could see, we have got a draw coming up in a moment. If not, we'll come back with more news. And as you know, I like this particular screen. As you'll see, pretty much the first half, we had the edge. 25 minutes of the half and a goal. And then again in the, I think we had 35 minutes. About 30 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes in the second half. So Blackburn towards the end as we tired, but we'd done enough to win it, of course. And here is the draw for the third round of the Carabao Cup. 33 teams go into the hat for 16 matches. And the big boys are in now, of course. I think first and second rounds, it's sort of like staggered up. And then when you get to the third round, the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea and teams like that come into the fold. So let's get on with the draw. Third round then. First out, Wolves. They will play Cardiff. Leeds United will play Burnley. All Premier League match. Crystal Palace will play Brentford. Again, all of the Premier League. Queen's Park Rangers will play Liverpool. Tough match for them. Swansea of League One will play Sunderland. Chelsea will play Derby County. That would have been something, wouldn't it? Our two series coming together. Chelsea playing Buxton. That would have been interesting. Middlesbrough play Bristol City. So a trip to Middlesbrough for Bristol City. Here we are. We're out. We are at home again. Home advantage. Buxton will play Newcastle of the Premier League. I think that's probably the end of our run in the in the Carabao Cup. But what a money spinner that's going to be. That will be quite a money spinner. Draw the rest of the draw. The other matches: Tottenham, Manchester United, Bristol Rovers, Arsenal, Norwich, Stoke, Charlton, Barnsley, West Brom will play Halifax or Everton. Manchester City playing Leicester. Cheltenham of League Two play Bradford City of League Two. So a League Two side will get through. Fulham and Bournemouth then playing the final game of the Carabao Cup. Let's have a look and see how that fits in the schedule. It's down here. So it's quite possible we'll come back to it in the next episode. I'm thinking possibly Queen's Park Rangers and Newcastle in the next episode. So watch out for that one. Probably play Blackpool and Middlesbrough offline. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So without any more to do, let's get on with the second game of the episode. It's the Coventry Building Society Arena we visit. I'm not sure whether our new player will get a start or not. Taylor Richards is definitely out with a sprained knee ligament. James Tilley out with that fractured wrist. So those two players definitely not in it. I think we still have suspensions as well. So we'll look into that in just a few moments from now when we have a look at the team that will face Coventry. But actually, before we go and have a look at the team that will face Coventry, some other news has happened. We've brought in Charlie McCann with the transfer window coming to a close very, very shortly. We've brought in Charlie McCann. He was on a free, and we had him in on trial and decided that we'd have him. He's Northern Irish. He's been at Rangers for quite a while. Strangely enough, started out at Coventry, then went to Manchester. I'm not sure if he was at Manchester United and been at Coventry on loan or trial or something. Anyway, ended up going to Rangers for 100,000, he's played the odd game in the Premiership in Scotland for Rangers. Not really sort of broken into the side and become a mainstay of the side, but we'll see if he can break into our side here at Buxton. He's come in on a free transfer, and we're pleased to have him. We've got him until 2030, so 3 seasons, on £5,000 a week, and I don't know. Can't see what else there is to tell you there. I wanted to tell you, didn't I? Let's go back into him. Let's have a look. He's currently 3.5 star current ability. Has the potential to be 4.5 stars potential ability. He will sit in there as backup for King and McCann in that defensive midfield role, but prefers to play as a midfielder, but he can play tucked in there, as you see. He's as good as May and Mumba in that defensive midfield role. So that's probably where he will end up as the time progresses. We have one more iron in the fire, as so to speak. McLean Hoare. He is currently 3.5 star, potential to be a 4.5 star ability player, similar to McCann, I guess. Anyway, it's quite possible that he will fit into that defensive midfield. Can also play in central midfield as well. So really shoring up that defensive midfield so that so much pressure isn't put on King and May, so we can change the combinations around in that midfield. That'll be a loan from Leicester if it comes off. And finally, this is the side that will face Coventry in this Championship match day 4 here in this new season. And can tell you that we are sort of struggling for fatigue around the team quite a bit. I've got Harrison Burrows in there, and really probably shouldn't have Harrison Burrows in there. Just thinking whether Burrows should come and sit on the bench and Tomlinson take up that position. That's where we've put him. That's what we'll do. Tomlinson is a little bit more, he's not quite so fatigued. So our other change, of course, is Cartwright. Just keeps seeming to get into that goalkeeping position. Clark then in goal. It's Bridge, Jake Lewis and Joe Lewis, the Lewis brothers. They're not brothers. Side by side in our back three. Tomlinson on the left, Mumba on the right as the complete wing backs, and then it's Adam May and the new boy Charlie McCann is in the central midfield. We do have tiredness again. So Eli King's on the bench. We'll no doubt see him later. Our two loanees up front. Gordon, who got sent off, he's done his suspension. He's back. He's on the left side today and making his debut. Abu on the right hand side, both as inverted wingers. Fletcher starts up front because Burstow isn't 100% fit. So we've put him on the bench today. We need to bring him on. We will do so. Fletcher gets a start then. Cartwright, Gamble, Williams, Burrows, King, Omatoy and Burstow make up the bench. And this is how the two teams face up. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. And we're playing our 3-4-2-1. And Coventry down in 21st. We are up in 7th as it currently stands. Can all change very quickly, of course. Confirmation of the teams. And our first highlight is a corner for Coventry. It's headed out, but only as far as Roos. 16 minutes on the clock. Johnson teeing himself up, but fires it over. O'Hare with a free kick, and it's a penalty. Who was that? Adam May, apparently. And with just half an hour on the clock, 31 minutes, Jenks. Oh, he's gone over the top, and he's missed the penalty. Completely missed it. No more highlights in that first half. I've just realised that I think I've changed the kits around and haven't changed the colours in-game. I'll need to do that. It's been a poor first half from our point of view. Not our usual recent form. I think it's because we probably had a bit too much of a change round. 2 shots, nothing on target, 0.25, only 37% of the possession. That midfield's not working very well, is it? Coventry have had 6 shots, 2 on target, 1.12, and 63% of the possession. We might need to look and see. Adam May's not having a good game. You see he's struggling to perform. I wonder if that's because he's alongside a strange player that he's not really used to. And the first highlight of the second half, 55 minutes on the clock. It's just gone over the top. And with 56 minutes on the clock, we're making a couple of changes. Adam May not having a good day. As I say, whether he's a bit off colour because he didn't have his mate King beside him, I don't know. But McCann moves to the left of that central defensive midfield as a roaming playmaker. And King comes in as the deep-lying playmaker in a defensive role. Ashley Fletcher, I think his days are numbered, to be honest. I think we need to put him on the transfer list. He's not looking like he's going to be sticking around. He's come off and Burstow, but what we do need is we need another striker that can go in when Burstow has a bit of a rest. Maybe that's what we need to look at in the loan market. I don't know. But we do need another striker that can push forward up there. Lemar Gordon might be. I don't know. It's not his preferred position, but he can play up front. We'll need to have a look at it anyway and see how. That's the 2 changes for the moment. I'll throw in on the far side from Mumba to Abu. Abu comes forward, crosses that ball, looking for Gordon. Didn't find him, but they've come away with the ball and O'Hare is in. Oh, cut him off. Oh, and he's given the ball away to Roos, but straight into the arms of Clark. Highlight is going to continue. Joe Lewis, King, Mumba as we come forward again, but Mumba's sort of like been outdone by Jenks. And Burstow getting in there. McCann, Burstow. Burstow comes forward. He's got Tomlinson in support. Tomlinson finds Gordon. Gordon crosses it. Burstow. He's put it away. His 4th goal of the season. And he's come on and scored. Barn doors and all that. We need another striker like him, I think. Look how he's done that. Well played, Burstow. Fleming, O'Hare. O'Hare comes forward. Fleming. And, in trouble. In trouble. Clark saves that again. Oh, dear. O'Hare, Dolan, it's cleared by McCann. And with 67 minutes on the clock, we've made one more change for the moment. And Bali Mumba has come off. Tomlinson moves to the right. Burrows comes in on the left. And we just need to see if we can sort of keep Coventry at bay for now. And Coventry have a corner. Wintle with the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Tomlinson heads it clear, but only as far as O'Hare. O'Hare cuts inside. He's had a shot, but he's missed. And as Kosuke kicks off, I just want to tell you that they have brought on Admiral Muiki that we had on trial, offered him a contract, and he decided to go to Coventry because they had a better squad than us. So they brought him on, and the FM gods do things like this. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite us. But as it stands at the minute, O'Hare comes forward. He's crossed that deep. Ooh, and Abu comes back and collects that. That's good play by Abu. Abu now needs to get this ball back across. He's got Gordon out here in acres of space all on his own. Gordon finds Abu. Abu, get it through to Burstow. He's gone round his man. It's good play. Oh, he's had a shot, and it's come out. Tomlinson will retrieve the ball. King, and it's deflected. Gordon's going to be there, but they've pushed it out. And talking of corners, it's a Coventry corner. O'Hare deep. Clark punches it. Lewis kicks it away. Mwiki, whatever his name is there. O'Hare's having another go. All deflected straight into the arms of Clark. And with 82 minutes on the clock, we made our final two changes. Harry Williams comes on for Jake Lewis, who was tiring in that central defensive role. Picked up a yellow card as well, so we need to protect him. And David Abu has come off, and Teresa Omotoy comes on for him. And we're going to make him a winger on attack on that right-hand side. It's not his preferred position. I'm just wondering whether this Gordon prefers to play on the left as well, doesn't he? That maybe was a mistake. Maybe we should have taken Gordon off and left Abu on, because they're playing very similarly. No, we'll leave it at that and give Omotoy a run out on the right-hand side. Corner now. Burrows with the corner. Joe Lewis! Oh, and Joe Lewis gets his first goal of the season, and we have won, I think. 2 goals up after 86 minutes. Another corner. Joe Lewis getting his head on that and puts it away. And they have a corner. O'Hare swings it in. It's cleared again by Tomlinson, but only as far as O'Hare. But Gordon puts a foot in, and we're away again. McCann puts it into space, and Burstow didn't run across for it. I thought he might do, but King wins the ball. Omotoy, who's just come on. Omotoy, he's going on his own, and he's been tackled in the area. No penalty. Looked at the referee, but it wasn't to be given, and they have numbers now. We need to be careful here. O'Hare, Lewis clears it, but only as far as Gordon. We in the last minute of normal time. Dolan in, and Clark's got it. He's been very good. 4 minutes of injury time. We're in the 3rd minute. Clark's been so good today. Bridge, Lewis, King. In fact, it's been a good all-round team performance. That going forward, Omotoy, I think he thought he was on offside. Nobody there, though. Burstow is tired. We only brought him on, really, to do a job, and he's done it. It's a free kick. I think it was an offside, actually. Williams to take the kick. We are in the 4th minute of added time. We're going to win this, whether we win it 2-0 or whether we win it 2-1. Bridge, Gordon, back to Bridge, finds Burrows. Burrows comes forward. Could be 3-0, I suppose. Bridge, it's all over, and it's a win. Teddy, it could have all been different if Teddy Jenks had scored that goal after 31 minutes from the penalty spot, blazed it over the top, and I'd put it down to Clark, put him off. he seemed to have something to do with it. Xander Clark. I remember that name. He's keeping Cartwright out, that is for sure. Mason Burstow after 62. Joe Lewis after 86. A 2-0 win. Where does that leave us in the table? I've got a feeling we're climbing the table quite well. And we've moved up to 5th place. 9 points from 4 games. We're 3 points behind Bristol City, who top the league. With a maximum 12 points. 4 threes are 12. The maximum points along with West Brom, both unbeaten as it stands at the moment. Watford are in 3rd on 10 points. And then comes Sunderland on 9 on goal difference ahead of us. They have got a game in hand, though, so they could have a 100% record as well. We're 5th. Then come Blackpool in 6th. And then it's Stoke and down in the drop zone at the moment. Coventry being one of the sides in the drop zone. Coventry, Hull and Millwall down there at the moment. So that is another win. Well, it takes time for new players to bed in a little bit, but it's another win, another clean sheet. And, Mason Burstow, as you will see, he's made the difference, certainly. So far this season, coming on as a substitute today and getting the goal, which put us on the way to that victory. We're now 5 games, all competitions, unbeaten as it stands at the moment. Blackpool and Middlesbrough are coming up, 2 home games. In fact, we've got a raft of home games. What's going on here? Blackpool at home, Middlesbrough at home, Queen's Park Rangers, which means somewhere along the line we've got a load of away games coming up. Well, they mixed in. Quite sure what's going on there. So Blackpool, Middlesbrough will play offline. We'll come back for Queen's Park Rangers, and then we'll have Newcastle in the Carabao Cup 3rd round, and we'll see how that leaves us after that particular episode. Of course, the transfer window shut in as well, so we'll see how that leaves us. Admiral Musqui, that was the guy. Well, he didn't do us any damage today, and probably is kicking himself for not joining us. That'll teach him to tell him that their squad's a stronger squad than ours. I don't think so. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. Keeps you up to date with all that's happening on the channel. Future episodes of To Be a Legend, future episodes of Chelsea Stands Proud, and a new series when we start it. If we start it, we will start one before FM24 comes out. If you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, the best way of doing it is follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. New episodes To Be a Legend released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. We'll see you for the next episode, or I hope we will. It's out on Thursday. It's episode 86. Until then, bye-bye.